All right, let's get into our final tribal council. We've been forming the jury for many days. Tonight is your first opportunity to ask them the questions you need to decide who played the best game. Let's get into it. Who wants to get us started?
I will.
Go, Tiff.
Well, first of all, good evening. And on behalf of myself and everybody sitting here on the jury, we want to say congratulations on making it to Final 3. We have very specific questions for you guys tonight, and we're looking for very specific answers. Also, please understand, we are not looking for Taylor Swift lyrics. We are not looking for pop culture or rock and roll references. We are looking for serious and thought-provoking responses. And with that being said, can you articulate one move that you made on your own that changed the course of the game? I would like Ben to go first.
That's a hard one. For me, I got dealt a hand that really sucked when I entered the merge. And I had to rely on my social game. I felt one thing that I did help contribute to that was sort of a move was go to the people who had given me opportunity to talk and people who had been on the outs of their crew, bringing people together, mainly going to Kenzie, Charlie, and Liz.
So your move was that you brought Kenzie, Charlie, and Liz together to change the course of the game?
Of getting me out.
Of getting Q out.
Yeah, which was late, but again, like I said, I was not dealt the best hand.
Charlie, you have something to say?
Yes, just on that point, when this alliance came together, Kenzie, Ben, Liz, and Venus all wanted Q out in the final 7 vote, but a big part of my game was making sure that there was a 4 going into 6, because I needed Q and Maria as shields, and if Q had gone out there when Maria won immunity at final 6, I probably am sitting on the jury.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
since we're on you, can
Yeah.
you tell me what the move is that you made that
The move that I would pick would be the hunter vote. At the hunter vote, there was actually an initial plan from Kenzie to blindside you, Tiff. But Hunter's a real social threat and strategic threat, especially given he's got strong allies of Soda and Tevin on the jury. That was also the day that I beat Hunter in individual immunity. You know, that was, to me, a big accomplishment. So I thought that was the time to go after Hunter and build out my options.
Not to take away the move that you made, but I came into this tribal gonna play my idol. I had the shot in the dark and the idol in my pocket. And the person that actually convinced me not to is Kenzie. She like sold me on that.
Okay, thank you. Kenzie?
Okay, so post-merge, I wanted Tim to go. I knew I couldn't beat him, and a lot of us had that thought. But at the same time, Tiff and Q, who were my #1 allies, did not like Ben at all. So it was back and forth between Tim and Ben all afternoon. Q would come over to me and be like, it's Ben, let's vote Ben, he has the idol.
No. I was never going to vote Ben.
Tiff.
I have to agree with Kenzie. We went back and forth several
Yes,
times
you did.
between Tim and Ben that day in the woods, which is why I also was upset.
Y'all did, right?
No,
you did.
No.
With us.
You might have woken up
No.
with that, Tim, but you had Ben at 2 o'clock, you had Tim at 2:30. You had,
No.
at the last minute, you said, fine, you can have Ben. And then I said,
Wait,
and go
Tiffany
Tiff.
said she wanted Ben, not Q.
I'm saying you guys were arguing
You
about
wanted
it
Ben
all
out.
day.
Q, I'd like for Kenzie to answer the question.
Well, I'm not about to argue on this
Okay,
show
right.
now.
I don't wanna
regardless,
argue.
when I was playing with someone like Q, I can't fight with that. Obviously, he doesn't remember what he says to me. You know what I mean? So I had to play in a way that Q would hear me and think it was his idea. Like, that was an intentional move that I wanted when I won immunity. We went back and forth all day, and I was the last one with the whisper that made it happen.
All right, who's up?
Me. The question I have for each of you is, what is one mistake that you made in this game that you were ultimately able to flip on its head and capitalize on to use to your advantage? Charlie.
Okay, V, I'm so glad this question came from you. At the very first vote in Merge Limbo, there were, 10 votes for Mo and 1 vote for Venus. Also after that vote, Q gave me a big old thump on the back. And let me tell you, when Q thumps you on the back, you notice it. He took me down to the boat, lecturing me on, why I shouldn't have done that move. I was very receptive to everything you said, and I wanted to, in that moment, build a relationship with someone who was having a lot of power early in the game. The next morning, Q invites me in to the 6, and I was part of a new alliance. So, very fun.
I just want to be clear that I invited you into the 6. So you came into the 6 on my invitation.
Yes, you were my recommendation letter.